Notice how I showed you guys that like this is where I was at 2020, 4 years ago when I first started. I mean, look, I decided I was going to stream. What did I do? I strapped a PlayStation Eye to my PlayStation 4 and I streamed off of that thing. Okay. So that's how I did it. Think about that. Like people always go, Hasan, you're so rich. You're the most brolic, dude. Hasan, your dick too fat. Hasan, your bitch too bad. You know what I mean? They'll kill you, Hasan. You've always been like this. I started my streaming journey when I had absolutely nothing. It does seem like most people who get big quickly are people who already have connections to other streamers. No, that's just copium. I think once you get to a certain point and people recognize you, though, they will elevate you. That's it. It's just networking. Did you ever think you were going to become as big as you did when you started streaming? No. No, absolutely not. How much did you make during your Facebook days? 0. I made no money off Facebook streaming. What do you mean? I did it for free. I didn't even think I would be a 5K average streamer. Like, that's crazy. And then when I got there, I was like, damn, this is wild. And then I didn't think I would be a 10K average streamer. And when I got there, I was like, that's crazier. Oh my God, I'm talking about politics all the time. Come on, you had a huge YouTube presence? No, I didn't. You're so wrong. My YouTube at the time didn't even have, it was like 20K. I had 20K subs. I didn't have a YouTube presence before 2020. Y'all are nuts, dude. Y'all are nuts. Yeah, Ludwig and I had a major conversation on stream where he literally fixed my YouTube, turned on monetization on my YouTube. My monetization wasn't on my YouTube. It wasn't even on. Okay. 20,000 subscribers on YouTube is not big. You're out of your mind if you think that it's like a real thing. 20,000 YouTube subscriptions is nothing. You're crazy. How many followers on Facebook did you have when you started streaming? 500,000. And guess what, dude? I streamed to 14 people. So none of that shit matters. Okay. How many TikTokers have like 3 million followers on TikTok and get like 3 concurrent viewers on Twitch? Come on. You still skip the most difficult viewership barrier? Yes, I wasn't a complete unknown entity. This part is true. Here, I'll tell you guys what I did. 1, I leveraged the existing audience that TYT had to build an audience for myself because I always wanted to inevitably have my own thing because like no matter what I did with TYT, they would just kind of take it and make it their own, right? Because I was under the banner of TYT. So I had no ownership over whatever the fuck I was doing and I hated that. The second reason why I did it was because I wanted to manage exactly how many real eyeballs or real conversions I had. So I would always promote my Instagram on the Facebook videos. Facebook videos would actually get like 30 million views in a week. And then there would be like real-time conversions. 2016, my Facebook videos genuinely had a lot of real eyeballs on them. Obviously, of course, it was like juice to the goddamn gills. But having said that, there were some very real people watching. Here's what I did though. When I started on Twitch, I had like 14 people watching me on my first ever stream. I had like around 14 people, which is a major barrier. Most people don't break it out to the 0 to 1 viewer. And then most people don't make it from 1 viewer to 10 viewers. But what I did was leverage my pre-existing clout outside of Twitch to network with people at Twitch that had an audience and prominence at Twitch. A lot of collaborations occurred, both with, ironically, now no longer a friend of the show, Destiny, and more importantly than that, Austin and Trainwrecks. And I appeared on those shows all the time. I would stream nonstop, and then I would go on their shows, and I would go on their shows nonstop as well. That introduced me to the broader Twitch audience, the broader Twitch community. How quickly did viewership increase? I mean, we can look at it. We can look at my Twitch journey. Here, look at this. 17 viewers, Friday, March 23rd, probably like 2018 at that point, right? Like around, 2019, 2018. I don't remember. Barely really streaming. Then start streaming a lot more. Gradually increases. It goes from, I'm doing everything I can here. I start doing collaborations. Average viewership increases. By the end of 2018, I'm averaging like around 500, but it's inconsistent. Okay. And then it starts growing. And I'm at like 1K to 2K by February 2019. It keeps growing. It keeps growing. It keeps growing. And then America Deserved 9/11 happens. There's a little blip there, blip. And then I keep growing. And then I leave TYT in the beginning of 2020 to go full time on Twitch. Then COVID happens and it's the election season. And all of a sudden, I'm seeing major peaks, 10K, going back to 5K, but still like seeing peaks on debates, hitting 20K, growing. And by the time the election comes around, you see major growth, obviously. Like that's a one-off for the election cycle for the month of the election. But after the election, there's still a lot of interest, January 6th, and the growth continues, 40K, 20K, 30K, 40K, 20K, 30K. And there's still like dips in that process. Obviously, some days I'm getting like 20K, other days I'm getting 30K. I think this is the invasion of Ukraine. It's another big peak. And then after that, it's still like 20K, 30K. 2023, it starts finally decreasing. And it has still been decreasing ever since, with some blips in between, with like some jumps in between. But that's where we're at. Damn, falling off in real time. I know, big time fall off. Notice how I showed you guys that like this is where I was at 2020, 4 years ago when I first started in the month of August. Soda Poppin is one of the truest OGs, said the cardinal rule of streaming is to never talk about view count. He's right, because people care about view count. Users care about view count. Twitch viewers are like moths that fly towards the light. And if you start talking about your view count, or if they start noticing that your view count is going down, your loyal fan base will stay, okay? Will stay consistently and watch you. But a lot of the extra pool of like the viewers that put you at the top of the line in the top 10 content creators on the platform, all of those guys, there's I like to call it like the Twitch pool of viewers. They always go to whoever has the most amount of viewers. They don't really care. There's a lot of those viewers that come in because you're popping off on a particular day, and they stick around. And they stick around because they become like, you know, fans, long-term fans. Is there anything wrong with that? No, of course not. I wasn't even saying that it's like a bad thing. When you have like 50K, for example, let's say you're normally like a 20K Andy and you're at 50K, people go, oh, that's really weird. What's happening there? Let me go check it out. That's just how it works. The inverse of that also happens, where like if people start seeing your view count diminish, they also leave. They're like, oh, this guy's falling off. I don't want to watch this guy. He's falling off. One of the major things that happened in my career, though, that is like bad, is that August 2021, my house got doxxed that I had purchased. When that happened, there was a lot of controversy surrounding it, like almost as much as the America Deserved 9/11 moment. But this time it was like, oh, socialist with a house, that. After that, over and over and over again, it just turned into like rich socialist meta. Since then, it's just been like endless pile-ons by whoever wants to rip the Hasan ripcord. That has certainly taken somewhat of a toll as well. Controversial subject matters that are even in controversial in progressive circles like Palestine has certainly taken a toll as well. The React Gate has taken a toll as well. It's anecdotal, but there were a lot of leftists in Wake's chat that said they stopped watching you as often because of the constant Middle East coverage, too depressing. Brother, for me in particular, my foreign policy absolutely is considered divisive amongst American leftists, supposed leftists, people that call themselves leftists. That is not going to cause me to stop talking about it. It's not just the fatigue. Fatigue is a factor as well. But if fatigue was the major factor, then when I'm not talking about American foreign policy or the Middle East, which, you know, I don't as much right now, they would come back. The reason why they leave is because they think that I have abandoned their understanding of the world. We have a major, massive disagreement on this issue, and I can't change their minds on that. I'm a political content creator by nature. All I talk about is depressing shit. It's disagreement. That's it. You guys are wrong for thinking it's just fatigue, okay? You're wrong. Everything I talk about is depressing. I talk about police brutality. I talk about economic destitute or awful, awful economic conditions that people are subjected to. You used to only do 4 to 5 hours of politics and then fun stuff, but now it's 6 to 8 hours. That's definitely the reason. I think that's part of it. I've definitely greatly increased the amount of like political content coverage that I do. That definitely is part of it. Almost the entirety of my 8 to 10 hour streams now is all wall-to-wall politics. I used to do fun reacts and have fun. Half of the stream was politics, straight up politics and news. The other half was fun reacts and shit like that. I can't speak for other people, but like for me personally, I always want to reach as many people as possible because like my entire goal is to change people's minds. I need charitability for that, and I need a broad audience for that. Because if I'm only talking to the same 17,000, 18,000, 20,000, 30,000 people that are all like-minded, then my impact is softened. So you're just like Christianity? Yes. Just like Christianity. Yeah. Yeah, my goal is to get you to see a unique way of thinking that you are never really exposed to. And then you are, and something clicks. Hot take, there is no luck in streaming. You either have it or you don't. If you or your stream sucks, people won't watch. Yeah, that is a hot take because having it is literally luck. So you're wrong. You just described luck while saying it's not luck. Of course it's luck. There's a shit ton of luck. Chatter, if you saw Hasan's first stream, you wouldn't have watched 100%. Dude, I was so bad. I think hard work is really important. I've always been a hard worker. My whole point is I outwork my competition always and forever. I can't speak for shit though. I mean, look, this was my one of my first streams. Uh-oh.
Damn.
Oh, I got him.
You killed
How
him?
did you get him, bro? I hit the last shot.
I mean, come on. Did you believe that it is a learnable skill? Guys, Will Neff is a phenomenal, once in a lifetime natural talent, a born entertainer. He has been incredible on camera since day one, since the moment I've met him. I, on the other hand, was dog shit on camera. Okay? Absolutely awful. Could not talk. Would basically just stop dead in my tracks. I could yap off camera, but I could never, ever yap on camera. I could not do it. The reason why I got to the point I got to was because I worked my ass off. Luck played a significant role in this, but I networked my ass off and I worked my ass off. Okay? When I first started, when I was on camera, I was so bad I had to write. I had to write my content ahead of time, you know, and green screen myself in and read a teleprompter. I can never ever articulate my points. Okay? Now I can't shut the fuck up. I love yapping. I'm speaking Japanese left and right every single goddamn day. And I'm doing it while I'm also simultaneously scanning the chat. It's definitely a skill that you learn. One of the major reasons why I started on Twitch, other than like, you know, converting gamers into being lefties, was also because I wanted to get better off the cuff. And it's worked. For me, I will never abandon political commentary, no matter what happens. It's because that's what I'm passionate about. That's always what I've been passionate about. That's what I will continue to be passionate about.